Fistic's Big Adventure. Hello, I am Bruce Rain. Hello, children. I am Bruce Rain. I am the best friend of all the animals living in the forest. I spend my days wandering among the trees, spending time with my friends and helping them solve their problems. Today, I want to introduce you to a very special friend of mine, Fistic. Fistic was a small rabbit with soft white fur, big ears, and tiny paws that were always bouncing with joy. Everyone in the forest loved him because he was both kind and brave. A morning in the forest. One day, Fistic woke up early in the morning. The warm rays of the sun filtered through the tree branches into his burrow. Today is going to be a great day, he thought. He felt full of energy. As he hopped happily through the forest, he saw his friend Tiny Squirrel. But Tiny Squirrel looked sad. "Good morning, Tiny Squirrel." "Why do you look so upset?" Fistic asked. Tiny Squirrel sighed. "Oh, Fistic, I hid my nuts yesterday, but I forgot where I put them. I need to find them before winter comes." Fistic immediately perked up. "Don't worry. I have a sharp nose. We can find them together," he said. Tiny Squirrel needed to remember where he had gone yesterday. Fistic started asking him questions. "Which path did you take when you hid your nuts?" Tiny Squirrel scratched his tail and thought. "First, I went to the little stream. Then I climbed the big oak tree. I think I buried them after that." Fistic lowered his nose to the ground and sniffed carefully. He followed Tiny Squirrel's paw prints. Then he noticed a slightly dug-up spot next to the big oak tree. "I think your nuts might be here," he said excitedly. Tiny Squirrel immediately started digging. After a few minutes, he shouted, "I found them!" "Here they are." Overjoyed, he jumped up and hugged Fistic. "You're a great friend, Fistic. I'm so lucky to have you." Fistic smiled and said, "Friends always help each other." But the adventure wasn't over yet. The rainstorm. Just then, dark clouds appeared in the sky. The wind started blowing and big raindrops began to fall. A storm was coming. Tiny Squirrel looked around in panic. "Oh no! It's raining! My nuts will get wet!" Fistic had to think fast. "Don't worry. Let's run to the big sycamore tree. It will keep us dry." They both ran as fast as they could. Fistic grabbed some big leaves and made a little umbrella to protect Tiny Squirrel's nuts. Now they were safe from the rain. As the storm calmed down, Tiny Squirrel smiled and said, "Fistic, you're not just a friend, you're a hero." Fistic blushed and said, "What matters most is being together and helping each other." But the real adventure was just beginning. The Lost Bunny. Just as Fistic and Tiny Squirrel were about to go home, they heard a tiny voice in the distance. "Help! Is anyone there?" Fistic perked up his ears. The sound was coming from the bushes. He quickly ran towards it. There, shivering in the rain, was a tiny bunny. His fur was soaked and his eyes were full of fear. "Hello, little one. What's your name?" Fistic asked kindly. I'm Pamuk," I lost my mom, and I don't know how to find my way back, the little bunny whispered. Fistic immediately tried to comfort him. Don't worry, Pamuk. We will take you back to your mum. But first, let's get you warm. They wrapped Pamuk in a large leaf, and Fistic snuggled him close to keep him warm. Then, with Tiny Squirrel, they followed the little bunny's footprints to find his home. A happy ending. After a short search, they saw a worried mother rabbit waiting behind a bush. When she saw Pamuk, her eyes filled with tears, and she immediately hugged him. "Oh, Pamuk, I was so worried about you," she said. Fistic and Tiny Squirrel smiled at each other. They had helped another friend today. Pamuk's mother looked at them gratefully. "I don't know how to thank you," she said. Fistic laughed and said, "It's nothing. Friendship and kindness are the most important things." And with that, Fistic and Tiny Squirrel happily returned home. From that day on, everyone in the forest said, "If you ever need help, Fistic will always be there." The end.